Hi, I'm Francis, coach for winning couples. Now, the other day I was sharing with you how a cuddle saved a marriage. When there are challenges within the marriage, when there's all this frustration and feeling hurt and fights over small things, one of the things that goes out of the window is intimacy. Now, I remember at some point in my marriage, I was going through a lot of this, and you'd find that we would be arguing with my wife, would have these episodes of Cold War, and when, of course, at that particular time we're not relating in any other way, and you find that we've gone a month, 2 months, 3 without being intimate at all with each other, and during this period, you know, I could go out with the boys, and here we are, I'm chatting up with some lady, and I'm thinking in my head, this lady really likes me. And then you remember what is happening at home, or rather what's not happening in the house. I can tell you, temptation is real. So at these times when you're so frustrated, so hurt, there's so much tension, and then this feeling of not having intimate with somebody for weeks and sometimes even months, when all this is happening, it's very hard to remember what actually started all these things. What are the triggers that began this episode? And for me, I remember looking back that it was probably that some of the days when I'd promised I would take her out, and I end up going out with the boys instead, or I tell her I'll be home, and then I get myself caught up with work or something. And you know, when she would bring up those kind of issues, I would tell her quickly, come on, stop dramatizing all this, or it's just happened once, or it's work. You know, you should understand it's work, or come up with some other excuse. So about 8 years ago, I remember at some point I was in the house. We were going through this Cold War dry spell kind of season, and I'm asking myself, is this the way I want my marriage to be? Is this really how I want us to relate with my wife until death do we part? And definitely that's not what I wanted. I remember I knew the power of the cuddle, and I remember beginning to implement it deliberately. It was on a Tuesday, and I remember on that night I went home and started the cuddle. By Thursday, the tensions were already a lot less than they were previously. Friday, I took her out, and I took the opportunity to also apologize for not being there for her. I can tell you that weekend was definitely not a dry weekend. The things that I teach to couples work, and I know that they work because I have used them in my own marriage and I have gotten the results. My wife can probably attest that currently we don't quarrel as much, we don't have periods of Cold War, and our sex life is definitely a lot easier. So you too can have this kind of relationship. The one thing you need to ask yourself is, looking at your relationship right now, is that the kind of relationship that you want? Is that the kind of relationship you want to have until death do you part? Or would you like a different kind of relationship, one which is happier, more fulfilling, easier, less tension, less frustration, where there is less episodes of dry spells, and where intimacy is more fulfilling, is mutually more fulfilling? If the answer to that is yes, then one of the things I would like you to try out is a cuddle. Just cuddle, hold each other and sleep in each other's arms for a week. Please don't use this as an excuse to start something else. Just cuddle. Also remember, if there is any tension within your marriage, you are partly to blame. So remember, learn to apologize, learn to forgive. If you'd like to learn more, get to know different ways of how you can make your marriage happy, more productive, and more fulfilling, reach out. Let me know where you are. And together, let's make your marriage, or you and your partner, a winning couple. This is Francis. Thank you for watching.